John.
What is reality? What is this place? And you start then to realize that what we call the human world, I go into this in detail, really deep, and you realize that this so-called human world is absolutely tiny. We call it a world of matter, but actually matter, atomic matter, is a tiny, tiny, infinitesimal part of the reality that we're experiencing. You know, I'm looking around now and I see a wall, I see some lights, I see a computer, I see a desk. And between those forms of matter, I see what appears to my perception to be empty space. But there is no empty space, so what's in it? The visible universe is not made up of what we call atomic matter. That's tiny, just the forms that we see. It's 99%, some say 99.9% or 99%, something called plasma, which is called the fourth state of matter. It's a much more ethereal, energetic frequency. And it's all in the so-called empty space that we are experiencing. And you start to realize that, hey, this world we thought we lived in is nothing at all like we are experiencing it. I keep saying this, that every child at the earliest age they can grasp this should be told this as a matter of course. That when they look through their eyes, they're not seeing everything in the space that they're looking at. They're only seeing a tiny band of frequency that we call, and science calls, visible light. And to put that into perspective, according to mainstream science, the electromagnetic spectrum, which is basically human reality as we experience it, is 0.005% of what exists in energy in all its forms in the universe. And visible light, which is all we can see, everything you're looking at now is within this band of frequency, is a fraction of the 0.005%. Basically, humans are blind. And outside of that visible light is infinity in all its forms and facets. But we are not aware of that because we can only see, we are locked in. It's like being locked into a television channel or locked into a radio station. And, the old analog system on a television channel or a radio station, no other radio station exists, just the one you're hearing. Right. But then you move the dial to another radio station, another frequency, and now you've got that. But the one you've left hasn't disappeared. And so we are tuned to this realm of, quote, matter, and outside of that is infinity. And what then began to become clear through enormous research, synchronicity, people I met, personal experience, is that this reality, this human world, is being manipulated from another realm outside of visible light, the astral or fourth dimension. And that's the spider. That's where it's coming from. It's coming from this other dimension. And this global is operating within the human frequency band to impose upon humans an agenda that's actually coming from outside of the human frequency realm. And what's fascinating to me is that I kept asking questions and realized that wherever I know there's always more to know, is how much agreement there is across the religions and the various cultures around the world of this. Not only that, I met many, many people in America in the industrial and military intelligence complex who have confirmed it.